I've held off mentioning this because I assume like this would be. It's so whatever monumental that like everyone. I mean, this should be either known or it's something or everyone talking about it, or it's so known that it can't be talked about or shouldn't or so. In short, I guess around 2011, 2012, right before 2012. Back when I didn't get the internet till 2010. Uh, so and well, this man just had like I was watching something. It was kind of like a TED talk, but not like some like people have. Might have been a class, might have been actual college. It wasn't a college class. It was kind of like in a place where you'd have a TED talk, a little, something like that. But of course, not of the subject matters that probably be allowed on a TED talk. And I don't remember what he was talking about, but probably I wouldn't have been listening if it probably wasn't something to do with Mayans and the calendar. And I don't think it was reptilians and stuff because back there in the beginning, that's where I first start. Where that was the first YouTube search that where we that's where it all started. The searching was reptilians because there's George. What's his name doing? Will Ferrell doing George Bush. And all of a sudden, there's something about reptilians. That's how this all started. But in short, like the man said, it was the way the man said there will not be one piece of steel left on the highest mountain peak. And of course, and I do not remember I do not remember really what. Of course, that was many years ago. What else he was saying? Because that just struck me. Whatever he was talking about is kind of like he just pulled that out, like he's receiving a transmission from himself, higher self, whatever. Or just like something, they said that about a Jesus, them people that wrote down stuff, and Jesus chose not to write, and they chose to write, whatever. If there was, I know Jesus, you're all over Mexico. I get it. I know you're right. I know that sorry, your Jesus over on this side of the water. Okay, pond. Yeah, and please dismiss me. Please dismiss the messenger. I don't know where my 25 subscribers are. I don't post anymore, but I guess I can't afford through Devin Maggi and some of those. Like there was some woman this that said we're just code and we're gonna leave our code around for others to play. I mean, such unverifiable, indeterminable, irrelevant information that I receive, and not coming from the two I got. I got 8 subscriptions total. 2 of them are the same person, a female, and one's a male, and. Whatever living so as far as they're being conscious alive, obviously, but I'm not gonna. So maybe the 138,000 blah, 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 or all talking about this, or it don't have to be, but how come not only you leave the religions when you realize, for one reason, because when you realize they're merely attempting magic. That's all. I guess if you come from Catholicism, it's obvious, that's always been ritual, ceremony, magic. But if you're like Baptist and come down here from that, like wiping your forehead as you're talking and all that cadence, all that, Martin Luther King nonsense. You can't what are you singing or speaking? What are you doing? When you come from that, you don't realize that you don't get the ritual and the magic that you get up northeast in the United States with, where Christianity is Catholicism. In the South, you don't realize that to the rest of the world, Catholicism is Christianity because it isn't at all down here in the South and, U.S. whatnot. So in short, whatever. It's just there's 2 sentences that have helped me. My soul should know the other one. Or I shouldn't say should. I certainly hope she does. But it's about which one. It doesn't matter which one more. The other one, the one my soul doesn't haunt me in a negative way. This one doesn't really haunt me in a negative way. I tend to over extrapolate, and I extrapolate from that. Water is the first thing hit my mind. There, it's what else would take but the highest peak, because and if water had has personality, like it was, you give water personality. Well, it hates steel, obviously. That's why it still has to be painted. What is not trying to break down steel on Earth? You put some salt in, and you get the goddamn salt water. It's over with. So most of what's here has affinity for steel, obviously. If you want to give personality, so that's something I can deduce from. It's just. Is steel a natural abomination to Earth, which I didn't say it should or shouldn't, and that's especially Daniel the Lion. I see he's so he has so many skills in Industrial Revolution, but me too. My only therapy is guitar, and I don't I usually I can't use my goddamn hands from after after a day of slaving. So no Kids don't get on TV. They're just sitting there, goddamn, just like, what'd you lift today? A pencil? No, you don't write anymore. Sorry. I go on 10. This is why I don't do these. I do not small RAM. That's what the ADHD is. That's when I accept, like, oh yeah, that's definitely me. Like small blackboard, small RAM memory. Like there's only so much on it to small. So it's like I got a dinner tray, not a whole big dining room table here. It's like, so yada yada. But I didn't ask what y'all think. But like, not only am I not, I only have 2, so I can't complain. But are some of the living souls doing a countdown of how many fewer children in the grooming process of starvation today? Or am I supposed to just like dismiss them because they're either soulless, or if I don't see it right from my eyes, it ain't happening? I can't accept that. And I can't. That's why I can't accept that. That's unverifiable. I don't know how to verify that it's not taking place anywhere in existence. I think that's what my turmoil is. Yada yada. But so that doesn't mean that that's the way how that's going to happen. Maybe a big old magnet. Maybe Magneto is going to draw all steel unto itself. Hey, they maybe put Magneto to work like a good old Satan. Hey, Magneto, okay, hey, you can help us out now. I don't know, but I just assume water. Of course, that's why I say things like, I come out of nowhere because I'm not trying to impress you. I'm not trying to get followers. So I come out of nowhere and say, yeah, you ain't drowning the kids. Like, what I expect people to either you know me. If it ain't hitting you as relevant, that's what I want. Like if it don't grab you at all, that's what's supposed to happen. Move on. I don't need you to listen to me. Now, if it's relevant to you and we have some kind of relevant connection, then, what I say will grab you. If it don't, I don't want it to grab you if it doesn't. I don't need to make unnecessary connections. Which we'll get on later about this goddamn invasion of the mind shit that I would not approve, but whatever. We'll get on because that's unverifiable too. So we can't go down that, down that rabbit hole. But, yeah. So is that the deal? Yeah. I've merely said we're not drowning the children. Like, and I don't say that out of authority. I just like, that's my vote, or like, that's my stand. It ain't even a vote. I goddamn mean that. You ain't drowning the goddamn children. And I'm just saying, and whoever. And I'm only saying that because that's how strong, that's how certain this man said this. It's like he just like a pro, or maybe, like he just got downloaded a quick piece of information and he stated it like he was like he was somebody. And is anyone else talking about this? I mean, it's relevant. I mean, I ain't gonna talk about COVID. We're gonna talk about, ending human trafficking, ending starvation, all relevant. We're gonna talk about relevant things. I'm not talking. I mean, I don't mean no offense, y'all, because I try to show y'all respect, but we don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and don't expect us to. And I'd be goddamned if I'm decoding anything else. I stopped decoding. That's why the biggest reason I'm not gonna get any other subscribers. I ain't decoding I don't know what the fuck happened to the communication systems, but this goddamn indirect speech where we're supposed to figure out and decode what the next person's talking about, that's worse than the goddamn religions. But what do y'all think? Catch nylon strings won't cut it. There's no sustain. What is a guitar without the sustain of the string? So that's not going to cut it. So I have to give up the only like I've had years to like, and it didn't take me months, but to realize, yeah, it'd be guitar, even when I wasn't playing back then, but guitar be the one item, the only item on earth at the present moment that I would be missing steel from. You can take the cars, you can take all the other nonsense. So what do y'all think? Are y'all ready to give up steel? I'm not, no, don't, I'm not, no, this is just a message. I'm just giving you a message someone else gave me. Are y'all ready to give up steel? Have y'all prepared yourselves mentally, emotionally to give up steel?